Okay, I'm going to talk about assignment 3.04, establishing narration. The assignment that goes with this has been changed since last semester. So um, let's just go in, and there is a note for you here that the instructions for this assignment are specific to Horry County schools. All right, so after you review the lesson, you need to go to the submissions page to see the actual assignment, okay? So you are not doing this where it says sneak peek at assignment, and this is where you normally go. All right, we are no longer doing that assignment. Horry County Schools has made its own assignment, okay? You are still writing a narrative essay, all right? So you still need to go through this lesson, and I'm going to go through it with you as well, all right? But your actual assignment, and I know this might be a little confusing, is you need to go to the submission page for 3.04, and I will link this in other places because I don't want you to get through the whole assignment and then do the actual, do the wrong assignment. All right. You've seen these like this before, so you need to make sure that you're in your school Gmail account. All right. And you're going to click the link, make a copy. All right. And then here is your copy that you should be able to type right on without any issue. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at this assignment. And again, it's different from the assignment that is in the lesson. So Horry County made this their own assignment here. Okay, so please don't do the assignment within 3.04. This lesson is going to take you from 3.04 through 3.07. All right, so you're going to keep adding to the graphic organizer like you did in Module 2. All right, so for 3.04, you should have definitely read the Cask of Amontillado, and I included the video. I linked the video for you in a couple places if you kind of wanted to watch the little video as you were reading along or listen to it as you are reading along. I like to listen to something as I'm reading it, and I can see the words and I can listen to them being read. And again, the little video does go along with the story as well. All right, so you have answered questions, done some multiple choice quizzes and such on Cask of Amontillado. Now what you're doing is you're going to write your own narrative. And a lot of times when you're doing narrative writing, you've probably done personal narrative writing where you've written about yourself, a time in your life. Okay, this is different. A narrative essay is also a short story. Okay, so essentially that is what you're doing here. So this is more of a creative type of essay as opposed to like a very, formatted essay. All right. So again, you should have read or listened to the Cask of Amontillado by now, maybe even more than once. All right. So here's what you're doing, and you're doing part one for 3.04. All right. So you are choosing. All right. So you are either writing about Montresor's confession, write a first person narrative in which you explain exactly why Montresor killed Fortunato. This can be in the form of a letter, excuse me, a diary entry, or a conversation. All right. So no matter which one of these you choose, it's going to be narrative writing. So whether it's a letter, diary entry, or conversation. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Okay. All right. So you can do that choice. Your second choice is Fortunato's thoughts. All right, where you're going to write a first person narrative, which you take on Fortunato's persona. You should consider what insult he made to Montresor and his thoughts and feelings during Montresor's treachery. All right, so you are either writing in first person using I from Montresor's point of view, and you're explaining, all right, why you killed Fortunato. And again, it can come in those types of entries. All right. Or you can write Fortunato's thoughts. So you're going to write in first person, again using I, but you would be Fortunato this time. All right. So you're going to consider what insult, all right, that you made to Montresor, all right, um, and your thoughts and feelings while Montresor is doing what he did to you at the end of the story. Okay. So you are going to do one or the other. Just pick one. All right. And then highlight for me which one you are doing. All right. So then you're coming down, and this is for 3.04. Okay. So you're just doing this part, part one for 3.04. And again, you'll add on to it with the additional assignments. So this is just a graphic organizer where you are adding details to each section. It's your planner. Okay, so it's your like kind of like your free writing, your ideas for the story that you're writing. Okay, so again, you're either going to be Montresor and confessing and exactly why you killed Fortunato. All right, or you're going to be Fortunato. All right, and consider the insults that you made to Montresor and your thoughts and feelings as what's happening to you during the story. So you need to fill in these boxes. So this is going to be what's happening at the beginning of your story. Okay, where's the setting? What's the time frame? What characters are involved? This is going to be the middle of your story. All right. This is where you develop your conflict, the problem. You know, it gets to kind of its most exciting point and you wonder what's going to happen. All right. And then the end. All right. You got to figure out a way to end. You might want to end on, we know what happens, right? But you might want to end on a different kind of cliffhanger or, you can solidly wrap things up, or again, it can be some type of cliffhanger. Okay, so part one is what you're doing for 3.04. And again, remember that this is different from the one that is in the lesson. Okay, so the one that's in the submissions page is the assignment that you need to be doing. You still need to look at this lesson again because you are still writing a narrative assignment. All right, so here is a short little video that you should take a look at during your lesson. All right, and it's just talking about the beginning, middle, and end of the essay. So this is going right with the graphic organizer that you need to do for part one. All right, and again, this is like your pre-writing. This is your organization that you are setting up. So make sure that you watch that little video. If you'd rather not watch the video, all right. Um, Here is the text to it. All right. It's very short, so make sure you do it. All right. So here are ways to begin your story that you're writing. All right. And here's an example of the narrative organizer from Cask of Amontillado. All right. So if you want to look at the text version, all right. So here's the beginning, middle, and end for the original story. All right. So you are doing the beginning and middle and end for the story that you're going to write, depending on the prompt. All right. Again, ignore the details of this assignment. Okay. You are doing part one, all right, of the narrative organizer. And again, it's the one that you get off of the submissions page. All right. So it's real important that you have read the story or have watched the video. All right. Because again, everything's dealing with this from like 3.01 on out. All right, so 3.04, you are doing part one. All right, part two will be 3.05, and there'll be a lesson and a video on that. And again, you will keep adding to this document and keep submitting it.